Previously on Clashcast.
I don't know why I make fun of people for nature defects, but what the fuck?
Oh, yeah!
My castle stands at the end of it all. With strength in numbers, should one of us fall.
Hey guys, this is Rigoletto. I'm super excited to have a new interview for everybody. We're going to be introducing on this show Jekiri. His YouTube channel is youtube.com/2Jekiri2, and he's there also with Shannon. So we want to give a big hello to Jekiri and Shannon. How are you guys doing?
Hi, thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate the time.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm super excited to have you guys on. Your YouTube channel has definitely been drawing attention to me, and I want to ask you guys. So, how long have you guys been doing the YouTube thing, Jekiri?
I've been doing it for years, but other games in the past. And then I actually closed my own account and had to start up again. But Clash has been doing well. Before, I wasn't getting as many hits as I am now.
How long? About a few months?
No, we've been doing Clash for a year, but I've been doing it for like 4 years already.
Okay, and tell everyone what's the clan that everyone can check you guys out at?
You can find us at Chompy Piglets.
With a Z?
With a Z on Piglets.
Okay, that's 2 words, Chompy Piglets. Okay.
Correct.
And so this clan, is this your own creation, or are you is there somebody else that formed the clan? Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you guys play.
It actually originated because we started on Twitch, and it was a stream clan. The stream came up with the name. We all voted on it. And it first was Chompy Pigs, and this was our second clan because it was supposed to be me versus my wife. So we had the two battling clans, and then we would have separate sides, and it turned out pretty well. We ended up turning the Chompy Pigs into our war clan, which isn't actually up right now.
So Shannon is your wife that's there with you right now?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be my first time interviewing a married couple that plays Clash of Clans. Let me get some of the obvious questions out of the way. So, who started playing first? Was it you, Jekiri, or was it you, Shannon? Okay. And so Shannon, so you see Jekiri playing with his phone, and you see him playing some Clash of Clans. Were you interested from the very beginning to give the game a try, or were you a little hesitant at first?
Well, our friend was actually the one who got us into it, and then he got Jekiri into it, and then I kind of was like, okay, that looks nice, but I'm not really a gamer. And so he was all like, but look you could do this, you could do that. And so I was like, okay, but then I think I stopped playing after Town Hall 7, and I would play sporadically. But then, like, my defense started winning again, and so I got interested in it again. So,
okay, so
yeah.
you actually found interest in the game and decided to play all the way up to Town Hall 7. So that means you must have played it for at least a couple of months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Clash of Clans, you guys are running a YouTube channel. You guys play together. What do you guys talk about at the dinner table? Is that all Clash of Clans?
No, we don't talk about Clash of Clans that much. It's actually more him. Like, in the morning, he'll be like, don't forget to collect your coins and all this.
Oh, man.
So,
Okay, so there's a little bit of looking out for each other. Okay.
yeah.
The reason why I'm so interested in married couples that play is we have there's a few couples in our clan that play together, and it seems like the dynamic is it seems like it's working. For me, my wife doesn't play any type of games, and she's got her hands full anyways, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for her to have time to sit down and play something like that. But it would be kind of nice to have somebody there that shares your enjoyment of something that you like doing.
Oh, yeah. You have to find that game that first gets their eyes on games.
Yeah.
Hers was probably Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
and then you slowly get them into different games, and then like Sing It, you get in Dance Dance Revolution, and then now it's like Clash of Clans.
So you guys have graduated into Clash of Clans from other games. Okay.
Oh yeah, her family plays games, but she wasn't a gamer.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you have to get her into gaming first.
Yeah.
It seems like the cultures are that there's a lot of girl gamers now compared to 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So when you're looking at your audience, you know, it's not surprising anymore that there are women out there that are enjoying gaming as well.
It's surprising because on Twitch it's a lot of younger kids, but then you go on Twitter, there's girl gamers or girl clashers. I'm like, oh wow, there actually are girls. I think they're like trolls because they'll come by the stream with girl names. I'm like, you're not a girl, and then you find out, oh, they're girls.
I know, and I'm noticing that too now as I'm following Twitter for all of my Clash of Clans content and all my news updates. It seems that there's a lot of successful girls, or women I should call them, because I think most of them are over 18, but they're running their own clans, and and they're
Like
doing
Jody. Man.
I was gonna just say her name. So Jody is the leader of Eliminate.
Yes.
And she just posted a tweet today that she was the top. They were the top clan above the Reddit clans.
Oh man. Yeah.
So you know, big props to all the women out there that are. They're not just playing the game, but they're actually running clans. They're the leaders, co-leaders, and you know, and they're actually doing some great achievements with the game. So.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever done a push, but I'm amazed when I see girls who make it up to like 4,000 trophies, because just pushing is so stressful. I'm surprised they actually make it so high.
I want to tell you, I have, I could not get an audio interview with this person, but I did have a chance to talk with, her name was Rose Rainbow 77.
Okay.
From her clan is called Defense Legend, and she's like ranked 26th in the UK as a player.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it was shocking to talk to her and just ask, okay, well, how do you play? And she was as hardcore as they come.
And, I think it's awesome finding out like their living schedule and see how they fit it in.
Yeah.
Because when you're pushing, you have to do those, they call it shifts. So you do 6-hour shifts before you get kicked off. You get a shield, and then you do another 6-hour shift. It's funny.
I didn't know there was a name for that. So so you do 6 hours, and then the game says take a break. That's the shift.
Yeah, because when you get high enough in trophies, no matter how good your base is, you'll get attacked instantly once you go offline.
Right.
Even for the 30 seconds, whatever they kick you off for, you're getting attacked instantly. So then you get like a 12-hour break, you get a rest, go to work, and then at night you put in another 6-hour shift.
Okay, so you're actually running the shifts based on sleep schedules and
Pretty much.
and your work schedules? Is that how it works?
It takes over. Well, it depends. It depends how dedicated you are in your game. If your clan's doing a push, what your goals are. Like just pushing the champions was kind of tough for me. Because I wanted to do it. Because I saw Galadon. He did it supposedly in one day. And I was like, well, if he could do it in one day, I could definitely make it a champions in a week or so. So I was pushing it, and I did about 2 days, but 2 or 3 days. But it was so stressful. Oh, man. I was raiding back-to-back, boosted barracks.
Okay, so there's going to be a lot of listeners out there who have not hit champs. They may be Town Hall 8 or, they're still reaching up to get to the Town Hall 10 level. Okay. So kind of let us know how you've explained a little bit. So you run a shift. So you're running, that's basically 3 boosted barrack sessions back to back to back.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're going to play on boosted barracks. And what else do you do? Do you boost the king? Do you boost everything? What's the best way?
Well, since my main pushing was using Gowili or Balloonian, to a certain part, you would do Balloonian because it's cheaper. And then after a certain part, it gets so hard and stressful. So if you lose one Okay, so you get high enough, there's trophies where you can win maybe 30 cups and you'll win like 10 using Balloonion.
Uh-huh.
But if you lose like 24 trophies, 30 trophies if you lose. So there's a limit. So all those Town Hall 9s like White Lightning who make it to champs and high champs using Balloonion only,
Yeah,
shout outs to them because that's a lot. That's real stressful.
I bet.
Like Balloonion is really strong and it's really good for the 50%. But if you mess up, if they have a trick base, oh man, there's hours of pushing right there. Because you win a raid, you get 1 star, you get like 5-6 trophies.
Right.
But if you lose 30 trophies. So that sets you back like 6 hours because you raid about every 15 minutes using Balloonion.
That sounds really stressful.
Man, I actually cheated and I used Go Wee Wee the next 200 trophies because once you hit 3,100, bases are extremely hard to. Trophies are really hard to get.
Right, and so you probably spent a lot of time up in the clouds too.
Oh, not yet. No, clouds are like 3,500, 3,600.
Yeah.
At this point, there's a lot of good bases, but it's come down to trick bases, so it's where the traps are. You could attack this base. Oh, I've attacked this like millions of times. You just do this, and this, and you're gonna win. But no, okay, so we have all the bombs here, and it's gonna destroy your whole crew if you don't do this correctly.
What's the best trick base that you fell into? That you were just like, oh man, I can't believe that, you know.
I came out with a series, or I'm working on it right now, putting the videos out. It's my second push to champions. So I was really cocky, and I could take out any maxed out base, at least 1 star, and I was always heading for a 2-star. But in the next few videos I'm going to come out with, I actually get so salty because I was fighting bases where I was either eating lunch and then I totally forgot to use my hero abilities and they die. And then I'll get like, oh man, 49% feels so bad. Like I would rather lose at 40% than lose at 49%. Because I was like 1 more percent, I could have saved my trophies and took the 1 star. But yeah, you get like those Southern Teaser bases. You think, oh yeah, 1 star is easy, but when you start going for 2 stars, you start attacking from the top side because that's where you're going to get the 2 stars compared to the bottom where you have all the money. And then they'll have certain traps set up where they'll make your, like Clash on Cam, he has a base where he has Teslas that pop up, and he'll make your whole troops go around the base, so you won't even get to the town hall. So
he has the Teslas on the top or on the bottom?
If you look at Clash on Cam's base, he has like army camps at the top. And if you attack straight from the top down, the golems, everything will go around the base. They call it a merry-go-round defense, where you go around the sides.
Okay.
So your troops don't ever make it to the center. The way to beat it, you actually have to attack from the sides, or like the top right, top left. But if you don't know that and you're just attacking this base you don't know about, you're going to get rocked.
It sounds like as you get higher, you are more accustomed to seeing certain layouts, that they even have names like Southern Teasers or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the type of thing you learn all the way up to Town Hall 9, it doesn't really apply to Town Hall 10s.
So you got to throw all the rules out and it's its own universe up there.
Pretty much. Before the last few updates, you could lure the heroes out and lure the clan castle out, so people used to put the mortars on the outside, where all the way up to Town Hall 9, you want to protect the splash damage, right? The wizard towers, mortars, most important buildings. But then you hit Town Hall 10, and you're like, well, okay, so why is this mortar all the way on the outside? It's to bait, to kill people who try to bait the clan castle and kill the witches off.
Oh, I see. So now you're talking...
10, it's all about...
You're talking about...
when you get Town Hall 10, it's all about certain bases.
Is that a go-wee attack that you're talking about then?
Yeah, that's pretty much the attack that I use the most, Go Wee Wee. It was extremely strong, but now people are using Go Wee Wipe. So it's like a hybrid of P.E.K.K.A.s and witches now.
Yeah. And so it seems like you're constantly having to make adjustments as you're climbing up or as you're pushing.
You have to make adjustments. You have to make decisions. You're like, should I attack this base that I know I could attack, but it's less trophies? Or attack this base that has 30 trophies, but it's such a weird base layout where should I even risk it?
Okay, so following this as a story, so you put in your session of time, and you put in your 6 hours. How many cups do you expect to go within 6 hours?
I'm hoping to go up at least, well, once you get higher, because anything up to 3,100 is really easy to get up there. It's not hard at all. But once you hit that 3,100 mark, I swear bases get extremely hard. And that last few trophies, because you'll get 30 trophies all the way up there, and then once you hit 3,100, now all bases are like 15 trophies available. So if you get 1 star, it's like 5 trophies.
Right.
So all of a sudden the trophy count is different. And then now when you lose a lot. And now they actually start having these bases where people don't care about money. So now you got the money at the bottom. Oh, I'm running really low on elixir. Should I go for the money on this raid, or should I go for the trophies?
So literally all of the elixir is exposed, and they don't care about it.
Because people just want the cups.
They want the cup. It's I guess it would make sense then, as somebody that was that needed elixir, would it make sense then to like float around 3,100 then, and just kind of give them the cup and you take all the loot?
Yeah, if you're farming.
Okay.
I did that on my way down. I would farm those bases.
Okay.
But on your way up, you go for bases that have like 5,000 total loot, and just hope for the cups.
Yeah. Wow, that's an interesting way to play. I didn't know that as soon as you hit 3,100, all the cups kind of disappear, and now you're scraping up trophies.
That's why you'll see in a lot of pushing videos, the main thing people tell you is to be patient and to keep pushing next, because even though Town Hall 10 it costs 1,000 to skip a base, you're going to find a lot of bases that are tempting. But once you hit that good base and you know you can take it, because I on my way up there, I didn't find any snipes. I'm super unlucky. But once I hit champs, all of a sudden I found 3 snipes in a row. I'm like, whoa, where were you guys before when I needed this?
Oh, I see. So you're up at 3,100. Now, where did you start from?
I did a push a few months ago as a Town Hall 9. I started in gold.
Okay.
But the latest push I started because I farm at Masters 2. Masters 2, Master 3.
And that sounds like a good spot to just fill up on Dark Elixir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that's kind of like where I'm at right now. As a new Town Hall 9, the focus of my clan is war. But I definitely want to get up, I think I'm not going to say I've been lazy, but I've been up to Crystal a couple of times, but I just don't care for it. And I've just been so comfortable down in gold that it almost feels like home down here. So now that I got the new Town Hall, I'm pretty excited. I just got max loons, so I feel like now it's time to...
That's the place to be. With the max
up.
loons, max minions.
Yeah.
Crystal and Masters is where you got to be. Because anything before Town Hall 9, before max Loonian, it's so hard to get your heroes and your Dark Elixir troops up. So now that you're Town Hall 9, I would max those out first, and that's the easiest place to farm. I do have other members that do farm in Crystal and Gold, but they go for abandoned bases. They use like the Barch and the BAM.
Yeah.
But I feel like with the new updates, they're really trying to nerf those low-tier troops. So I haven't done BAM in forever, and I finally did it.
Explain.
I have no idea how to do it anymore.
How is that? How do you feel that's happening?
Because the new Archer Tower update, well, supposedly now the Archer Towers, they shoot twice as fast, but now it's glitched. But I'm sure they're going to fix that, and it's going to retarget how it's supposed to, and it's going to kill things off faster. Now they got the 4 mortars, so splash damage is really bad against Barch.
Yeah, so there's not a weak side anymore down there.
Yeah.
So
you have to use the lightning to try and beat it.
The glitch that you're talking about with the archers, I didn't know about. So what's going on with that?
So Archer Towers, they target.
Yeah,
the Archer Towers. They target onto each archer. I think Galadon came out the video. He actually slowed it down where it was shooting an archer. It'll shoot him twice to kill it, and then it'll shoot his third shot. The archer would be dead, and the shot would just hit nothing. So instead of retargeting the next archer, which it should be doing, right now it's just hitting it twice, and then third shot's just missing.
Okay, so it's not giving you the true damage per second right now.
Right now, but once they fix that, There goes that nerf.
Speaking of glitches, okay, so you're talking about you're doing this push, and then Twitter explodes with the Expo glitch.
Oh, man.
And you mentioned this in your YouTube channel, but so what's going on, like, up there if you're trying to push and you come across these Expos? Well, first explain. Why don't you explain to the audience what's going on with the Expos?
So Expos have a way that they look. You could actually look at them physically and see if they're empty, if they're pointed down, or if they're pointed up.
Right.
So using a certain troop compilation that I think is pretty OP right now, the Balloonian.
Right.
When you look at a base, max out or not, you're going to look at certain things. If the Inferno Tower's on multi, if it's on single, if the crossbow's pointed down, pointed up, where they're placed in the base, and then you make your decision if you're going to attack that base. So they had a glitch where crossbows were pointed up, but they looked down. So people were attacking, because there's two ways to attack with Balloonian, really. There's a 50% attack where you pick off everything on the base, section by section. Mm-hmm. Or there's another way to attack where you spread your balloons in one section and you rage them to the center to try to take the money.
Okay.
So if you think the crossbows are down, you're going to try and maybe just go for the money, and you're like, oh, it's going to be an easy win. And then all of a sudden, wow, crossbows are pointed up and they're shooting your stuff down.
Yeah. Now, that's definitely a heartbreaker for those that are pushing right now. Do you think this is going to cause everyone to stop pushing for this season, or
I think it probably stopped for a while.
Yeah.
Or made people at least do the 50% instead of going for the loot, even when they need it. But there's always a way to beat it.
I bet you this. I mean, on the flip side, there's people taking advantage of the glitch, and this is protecting their bases in a way that wasn't intended to either.
Oh, yeah, I bet. I remember before there was a glitch a few months ago in Clan Wars, where you would look at the Infernos and it would say it was on single, but when you actually go attack them, it's on multi.
Yeah.
So people would base their whole troops around, like, oh, it's on single, so I don't even have to worry. Because before, a few months ago, the best attack strategy was Hogs. So my very first push on my YouTube, I used Hogs. Mm-hmm. And then when you find those multi-Infernos are really strong because they... One, don't let you use heal spells because you can't heal through a Inferno attack.
Yeah.
Two, multi-Infernos fry all your Hogs at once compared to a single target where it's one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, so you waste all your Hogs.
Waste your Hogs, you could lose your war attack, let your clan down. So
oh, yeah.
It's real stressful over a glitch that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I know. And I can imagine if you're pushing and... these Expos are going to give you trouble. I mean,
yeah.
It must be a heartbreaker to put 6 hours of your time. You know, I mean, think about 6 hours. I mean, that means there's one meal involved in there somewhere, right? You know, so if you're playing before bed, and
it's a heartbreaker to raid all morning and then hope you're going to be at a plus. And then at the end of the day, you end up where you were or negative.
Yeah, yeah. And when we had some players in another clan that they did a push, and you know, you could feel the stress when they talked. You know, they're like, "Oh, I got to get back to the push," and actual, you know, they're spending gems. They're buying or they're purchasing gems.
Oh my gosh, dude, you don't even know. So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when they come out with an update. They take away pretty much everybody's shield or nobody's online. So there's a lot of offerings. So during my push, they had an update. We got kicked offline. And they kind of give you those updates when you try to log in. Like, oh, we're going to be back in 10 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So we finally get on. And then I'm looking for a base. And I'm at 3,100. So, you know, it's really dry for cups up there. So all of a sudden, you got those maxed out bases who are trying to save or be online so they have a shield or whatever.
Yeah.
They're available. There's all these money available. There's trophies available. So I'm going in, I'm attacking, and then I'll gem I'm not a fan of gemming my troops because that's really expensive.
Yeah.
I'd rather just boost and then wait the time for it.
Yeah.
But I got excited, and I gemmed my troops like 3 or 4 times. but I'm rushing into bases and I'm attacking every single base because when you're taking your time, you're looking at bases, you're looking at crossbows down, infernos, and everything.
Right.
But
Yeah. You're scanning the base.
You're scanning, and then you're hitting next if you don't want to. But if all those things are pointed down, and then there's 30 cups available, and you're like, oh man, I got to get it before everybody gets on and gets a shield.
Right.
So you're rushing into it, and I end up losing like 3 or 4 in a row.
No way.
And you lose like 30 each time, so that's 120 trophies.
Plus,
I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit so bad. I'm quitting the game. I am done. I hate this game so much.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
you
you're
gotta keep
spending
pushing.
gems. You're wasting gems. You're losing.
That's real life money right there.
Oh man, I know. I can imagine how horrible that feeling is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these definitely Supercells. It has everyone's attention. They must be working on a patch. Do you have a guess, or have you heard anything on Twitter? Like, what do you think they're going to be doing about some of these glitches that came on the update?
I
Or
feel like
it's up in the air.
some
at
of
this
them
point.
has been fixed already. Because sometimes when you turn on your Clash, and you know how it boots up twice.
Yeah.
So that's like a soft update that they do. So I feel like a lot of it has been fixed. Mm-hmm. But I haven't really been pushing to really notice it. The type of bases that I go for just farming is different from pushing. So
Okay. All right. Well, let's step back from the pushing here because it's getting me all worked up. Okay. So Shannon, so are you farming with your town hall, or what are you doing?
Yes, I'm currently farming.
Okay. And what?
you want to tell them the best?
Oh, well, I'm actually not really farming, but I'm defensing.
Okay.
Well, like, my base is pretty OP most of the time. It got me to, Masters 1, I think?
She almost hit Masters 2. She was like 25 something, almost hit Masters 2. Oh no, because Masters 3 is 2,600.
Yeah,
so she was almost like 2,800 cups just off of defense.
That's nice. You got that 1,000 gem achievement too.
Yeah, so it was really nice for just...
That's kind of
having
unheard of,
defense.
actually, in Masters League to even win on defense. And for her Town Hall 9 to actually win and get her that high, because she did it all on defense.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And so, is it like a custom base that you thought up yourself, or what's sort of the focus of your base right now?
It's actually an anti-hog base, so
Yeah.
you'd
Okay.
be amazed of how many people are still using hogs, even though they got nerfed a lot.
You know what? I totally agree with you because we're a war clan, so we hit the button right after we win, so we're constantly at war.
Oh, okay.
My day is either a prep day or a war day. So
Oh man,
Wow.
that's stressful.
yeah, it's exciting. In fact, today we just had the closest win of our lives, so we get to keep our streak. But we were up against a Korean clan.
Oh man,
And say no more.
yeah.
They
They're
usually.
good. I don't know why they're so good.
Oh well, they're Korean. They're
Game Central.
well, they take everything to the. They got Tiger Moms behind them, and who knows what kind of pressure they're under to win.
Oh my gosh.
So it's probably part of their their report card.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I mean, you definitely know that when you're up against like a Korean clan. We've even had some trouble with a Turkish clan, a Filipino clan. So I'm not just going to pick on Korean clans, but they came out the gate
in our work
hardcore.
plan, we actually started adjusting the times we would go to war so we could avoid Asian clans.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing is since we're just hitting the button as we end wars, and the search time to find a new war can last anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. Mm-hmm. So over the course of months, when we started on Pacific time, now we're on Korean time, and so
Oh my
because we
gosh,
keep
yeah.
adding an hour every time a war ends. So
Right.
we're sort of rolling through the whole time zones, but we had a win of 89 to 87.
Wow, that was
And-
really close.
What was the more amazing too was that we used all our attacks, which is what we like, and so we had every single attack used in a 35 versus 35 war.
That's great.
Everybody did their part. We there was some that were going in there just to intentionally trip traps and attack the base in a different style. So, a lot of our mid guys would go in with they tried a dragon attack that didn't work. They'd go in with a go wipe attack or a go weeby attack, and we hit it from all corners. And eventually, we had enough attacks in that we had enough information on the base on how to 3-star it. And,
nice.
And so it wasn't the way we planned it, but we were just like, we can't lose, guys. We just gotta keep going. And we were all. It was literally like a support system. We were all like we use Line Messenger to talk to each other.
Oh, nice. So you guys are real active.
Yeah. So we're talking, and we're like, and we're all working, or we all have things that we're doing. So we're keeping in communication. So like. Let me know if you need this, and I'll gem this trooper if you need it. We'll do whatever it takes to win. So we pulled off the win against the Korean clan, and we were just like, yeah. I mean, we were like, fist bumps in the air from all over the United States from where we're at.
Right.
And, all over the world because we got Australians too. So,
where are you ranked in your clan? Are you one of the top members? Are you in mid?
Since I'm not a very high town hall. I'm 6th on the list, and so I'm a level 89 Town Hall 9. So,
how do you guys choose? Do you go for the same so you're number 6? Are you attacking number 6 on the other side, or?
We tried that and it didn't work. So we modified that. We modified the way we attack, and it's a pretty simple. There's no secret to it. All you got to do is. You take all your guys in clusters. So you got your Town Hall 7s, they're a team. All your Town Hall 8s are a team. And then you discuss your attack when you go across. You don't have to go directly across, but you can go down 1 or 2, maybe 3. If you need to go down more than 4, then we really want to talk out your attack and see what's inside your head. And we've been doing this for so long, talking out attacks, that at this point we already know what our basic attack formations are per player. So, but we encourage the Town Hall 7s and the low Town Hall 8s to use Dragon Rage attacks.
Oh yeah.
And we spread them out from a corner of a base to another corner, and then we rage in with 3 rage. And we don't do any clan castle pulling. We just go straight in. And I gotta say, we get the 3 stars. Usually, all our guys in the lower third of the war list, they usually have 3 stars on their first attacks, all the way down. And we've been posting pictures on Twitter to show how it's been working. And half of our Town Hall 8s have just graduated to Town Hall 9, so we're learning Go Wee Wee right now. And
I heard Go Wipe is. Because we have a bunch of Town Hall 8s just 1-9 also. Go Wipe is extremely strong.
Go Wipe.
Level 3 P.E.K.K.A.s.
Yeah, I got level 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. They're awesome. And we discuss the AI of the troops constantly in our messenger app. So, there's a lot of things that we're learning because we're not, we don't have a lot of people there to tell us what to do. So we're learning all the bumps in the road, but...
that's an exciting time, though.
It is.
I think that's the most fun in the game that I had when I was learning the game.
Yeah, so you learned you drop your golems down first, and then you drop your wizards out, spread them out, so you get rid of some of those obstacles, and then you can drop your P.E.K.K.A.s down, get the wall breakers in when they're not going to get mortared to death, and and then just heal and rage in and flank with the Barb King. And put your clan castle on the other side, and good troop formation. We definitely only use max troops in our clan castles. You got to play with the best. When we see new guys come in and they have like 50 barbs cooked,
oh my gosh,
we're like, no, to start over, or either leave now or start over.
Yeah.
And
that was a problem we were having because we are
goblins.
Yeah, we are streamers, so we have a bunch of streamer fans who come in and join the clan. They're great people, but they know how to farm, then they don't know how to attack. So when it comes to war attacks, they have no idea how to attack. My main thing is to tell them, to bait the clan castle. Please bait them, take them out, and then attack. Because we had a bunch of Town Hall 7s and 8s who are doing giant healer strategies. And if you don't take out the clan castle, you guys are gone.
Right. It's a lot of fun. It's the most enjoyable part of the game. But as now that I'm Town Hall 9, pushing and getting into Masters is those are the next goals that I have in the game. So, and I have to do it within a war schedule. So it's going to be crazy to do.
Oh yeah, pushing and warring. Well, they actually increased the loot bonus and war bonus, so it actually helps out a lot now.
Yeah.
Before, they didn't have that boost.
Yeah, and that really helps with the limited time that we have for farming is we rely on our wins to pull down about I think I get about 1.2 to 1.4 mil total.
War.
In the war, and then plus about 2,000 in dark. So
yeah, that helps out a lot.
it does. It compensates for not, for the prep time that you're using to cook troops and that you're not out there farming. So
I think that and the base where you could swap bases is probably the two best updates that you came out with recently. The loot bonus, the elixir storages, or the collectors, and now you can swap your bases.
yes, in fact, the map editor now has been a huge tactic in wars because you can put out a junk base on your prep day. And it totally looks confusing. We use the walls to write messages to the enemy, and then we switch them out, in the last couple hours, and so they don't have time to study your base.
Oh, that's smart.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
I know that's going to be something that's going to be learned by everyone, and it's going to be developed. We unfortunately sometimes forget to swap out our bases, so we learned that the hard way. And surprisingly, we had one guy in our clan that he threw all his walls in the corner, and he still got about 3 defended attacks. So
Wow.
so he did really good, even with his base not having any thought into it at all. So, but yeah, you're definitely going to see tactics changing now with the map editor, and it definitely helps in war. So. That's cool. I'm glad they did that finally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure it's being talked about a lot too, with with YouTube channels and a lot of the the content providers out there that they're noticing all this stuff, and it's changing the excitement of the game. I think now there was a time, I think, even as early as a few months ago, the game sort of was starting to get stale. And I'm so glad this update came out. It came out at the right time. Things are getting exciting again, and like you said, a lot of changes are being made to the troops now that we're seeing. Archer towers, I never thought that would get changed.
Right?
I thought they were fine the way they were, and then they come up with this.
I'm shocked they actually are coming out with level 7 troops, where a lot of troops, like Hogs, are still level 5.
Yeah,
I thought they would finish off everybody at 6 first and then move on, but
let me
funny.
ask your opinion, you guys. So, like, what do you think is going to be the future of troops? I mean, do you think there's going to be some updates what kind of updates do you think we're going to see?
The update I'm really waiting for, because sadly I'm almost a max Town Hall 10 already. I'm really looking for that Town Hall 11. From what we heard, they're thinking about it, they're working on it, but they are not doing it anytime soon. So that's kind of sad to hear.
Yes, in fact, I just did a show which it should be out by the time everyone's listening to this, but I was talking with a fellow clanmate, Bry, and we were talking about Town Hall 11. It seems like all this elixir economy issues they're working on that right now to kind of stabilize.
Yeah, did you see that with the 1 gem elixir only boost?
Oh, trust me, I'm there. I got everything. I got everything swirling in green. In green fog right now. So
I guess there was a big drought down below, right? So everybody was spending it on walls.
Yeah, this is what happened. So when they did that update that you can upgrade walls with elixir, of course, every single Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, these guys that are down in my range, if you have 500,000 elixir, you're not going to go to sleep with it. You're going to put it in a wall.
Exactly.
So
I noticed because I saw your base has all the skull walls done. Did you do that before the wall update, or did you farm for that?
I had about 2/3 done, and then the update came out, and then I was able to rapidly, and I'm talking, I was almost, in fact, I took some screenshots because it was happening so fast I couldn't believe it. I was doing probably like 5 walls a day, so, and that's
Because that's another thing too. Because what a lot of us were thinking about is like we got all those people who worked so hard. Because I personally finished all my skull walls.
Yeah.
When it was only coins, so I farmed it all.
And that's harder, yeah.
Yeah, and then now everybody's mad that they took that away, but I'm like, well, I worked for my skull wall, so I'm actually happy they reverted back to it.
Well, I think that there was a reason why they set the limit now that it has to be at level 8 now that you can do the upgrade with Elixir.
Yeah.
So, you know, it keeps things fair for those down in Town Hall 7 and below. And I think that's going to stabilize the lower Town Hall economy. And also now with the Dark Elixir pumps that you get at 7 and 8, that's going to help with Dark Elixir economy, you know.
Have you noticed a difference with those?
Well, since I use a lot of Dark, I mean, I have 6,000 right now in storage, but it's still a challenge, and I think that's because the update's still new, and there's a lot of upgrading going on right now.
Oh, yeah, so it's not done yet.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to, you know, level off for maybe another month or so. I think it's just going to take some natural progression for people to kind of stop doing their upgrades with whatever they're doing, but who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. I hope it gets better, but the way I used to play Town Hall 8 is I had to have my my pump boosted all the time. Every day is 15 gems.
What do you use? You use BAM?
Yeah, I used BAM when I had it, but that's the problem with when you're doing war is you're gonna be spending gems on golems and valks, which were my favorite. Go Vape was my favorite attack. So, you know, you're spending 500, 800 per attack. And so you're running through about 2,000, maybe 3,000, you know, per war. And if you're doing that every 2 days, it adds up at the end of
bet.
It adds up. So what I would have to do is I would have to make sacrifices with my trophies, and I'd have to go raid bases that had Elixir just so I had something for war. And then plus hope for the war loot.
So how do you have time for your heroes? Do you gem your heroes?
Yeah, I gemmed
the finishing time?
I gemmed 4 of the finishing times. And it got more critical at the very end. So the last 4 levels, because my barb is 10, I just don't have time to not attack without a king.
Yeah, especially if you're a warring clan, that you can't war without your heroes.
No.
That's going to cost you a whole star or cost you a whole raid.
No, we've had guys that said, hey, I need to step out for a couple of wars while I'm in my upgrade mode for my Barb King or or for both of them, for both heroes. And, you know, unfortunately somebody's going to leave because they're not as effective if they don't have their heroes in a war.
Exactly. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
My heroes are kind of higher level. I'm trying to push them to 30 right now.
Yeah.
But they're
Those are
7-day
tanks.
upgrades, and oh man, they're great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about everybody bashing the Archer Queen? I feel like the Archer Queen is awesome. Have you got your Archer Queen yet?
No, I was gonna gem her and get her started because I was so anxious to try her out, but I decided
She's not good till 5 though. Until she gets her ability, she's not really that viable yet.
Well, I sort of have a game plan, but what I'm doing right now is I'm doing Lunian attacks for the last few days, and I've actually been gaining about a couple of thousand elixir per day, so dark elixir. So I'm gonna get up into crystal, and I'm gonna get the my dark elixir storage filled, and then I can start worrying about the Archer Queen a little bit more seriously.
Do you have a lot of problems with people lightning your dark elixir?
You know,
because I saw your range, you're right there where people are farming and using electricity, lightning spells.
Yeah, it is a common tactic. If I've heard this expression, but maybe it's like something we use. But like, have you heard of like gobsliding or?
Oh, no, I've never heard of it.
Well, it's sort of like you build nothing but a gob army, and then you cook 3 lightning spells.
Oh gosh.
And so you basically you just drop cups, but you're just attacking in rapid succession with boosted barracks and a boosted spell factory. You're just making lightning spells, and you're just picking off as much dark as you can with 3 lightning, or, whatever you have. All your lightning spells dropped on the dark elixir storage.
You said your Lunian is maxed out right now, or they're going to max?
They're going to max. I have balloons max. I don't have minions are level 3. I'm still working on those.
I think you could actually do it with level 3 minions. If you could push some masters or high crystal, dark elixir is plentiful. There's so much available. I actually got a 7,000 dark elixir raid, I think yesterday, from one raid.
Oh, that's where I need to be, because I've never had an attack with that much dark, and it's because of where I'm at in my league. I'm supposed to be higher, but I've had Town Hall 9 for like maybe 7 days. So, and right now I'm just I feel like a kid that is looking left and right and doesn't know which toy to play with first, because I got my Expo going, and I got the new air defense going, I got the Wizard Tower going, and then I got all excited about the pumps, and I should have waited on the pumps and mines, because you can I did this last time, but you can break the boost and then redo it for another 7 days.
Oh yeah.
So if they're maxed, you can't do that. You can only do it if it's on the not maxed. So,
my biggest tip at your level is to get your crossbows to level 3 as fast as you can. I don't know if you have any done yet, but level 1 crossbows are pretty bad.
I got one that's got 4 days and 18 hours to go. And I had the 3 mil laying around for that to happen.
Yeah.
And,
my upgrading schedule, when I get a new town hall, I like to do all of one type at a time. I know people look at it like, oh my gosh, you're going to do all your splash damage at the same time, or all your air defense. When I first hit Town Hall 10, I did all my air defense at the same time. So that's all 4 going to max level, so I have no air defense available.
I'm actually shopping for a new base design too, because I just threw the one that I have together because I didn't have. I mean, you're in a war, and I don't have the time to just sit there and like build, play with my bricks and just move them around and make a base. So I just kind of like looked at a couple of stuff, and some people emailed me some bases, and I kind of picked. But the bases were made for a base that had 2 expos, and that was
Oh, they're outdated.
And no, I just don't have 2 expos, so my town hall's all a little unfinished because I have.
Oh, did you know though? If you're in war, even if you're building something, it'll be done in war.
Oh yeah. In fact, my expo is armed and ready as we speak right now. For who are we going against? Let's see here. Yeah,
there's a great website out there. It's called Clash of Clans Builder. I don't know if you heard of that website, but
I've heard of it, but I have not been there yet. Is it worth checking out?
Yeah, it's great. It's a bunch of users submitted bases, and they rate them. So if you're looking for a great base, like when the new mortar came out, people didn't know what to do with the 4th mortar, so they went to that site, and people are submitting their best designs on there.
My favorite base at Town Hall 8 was one called the Hurricane 2.0 base, and it was a swirl base, and so you left some of the walls open with spring traps between them, and it would force ground troops to
walk over it,
to circle. Well, it would cause them to circle the town hall and not go for the third level of walls. They would just walk. They would break through the first level, and then they'd be inside the second area. And instead of going into the town hall, they would walk around because giants are walking towards defensive, right? And so by that time, I got wizard towers, and I got mortars and other compartments, and they're just splash damaging.
Yeah.
And so I was able to hold.
They call that the merry-go-round base.
Oh, okay, merry-go-round. So exactly. So I love that style of base, and I want to find something similar to that for Town Hall 9.
The base I'm using on my wife's account, it's actually an anti-hog base. The best thing about it, you have the wizard towers and you have the 2 giant bombs next to it.
Yeah.
So when you get those people who attack you, that's why she's able to push up so high, is because people underestimate the base. She even has low-level walls. So when you look at it, you're like, okay, she has pink walls. I'm going to attack this base. It should be easy. And then they underestimate it. They don't attack it correctly, and she's managed to push up that high. But off of these gimmicks. Gimmicks work at really low town hall levels, too.
So
That's why you see people come out with those trick new bases and quotes that trick people who don't know how to attack correctly, and they just destroy them for a laugh. They even have those bases where they have a hole in the middle of the base, and they put like the dark elixir next to it, and they fill it with giant bombs and splash damage and crossbows.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when people just drop their troops in there, and it's funny when people go all out in that hole and they just die.
I've been a sucker to a couple of those. I'm like, this guy's an idiot.
I've learned to always test it with like one barbarian. You test it, and then you find the traps, and then you go in. But I remember being at Town Hall 7, I had my king. I was like, oh, I got my king. He's a tank. You throw him in there, and he dies so fast.
Let me ask you, Shannon. So was this base that you have? Was that something that you got from that website, or did you kind of tweak it? Tell me a little bit about that. Or did Jekiri help you with all of it?
Yeah, Jekiri.
Okay.
Jekiri helped me because I'm not really.
Like she does base reviews.
Yeah, I'm not as well versed in Clash of Clans as he is.
Okay.
So like he always helps me to understand more about why a base should be this way or that way, and like what troops do and what the weapons do, and so I try to do base reviews, but they're like very amateurish.
So he's being a loving husband, and he's making sure that your base is protecting your town hall at all times. Okay.
Right.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I'm gonna come out with a series actually where the goblin camps, since they haven't been updated, they're not really as strong as they should be. But I'm gonna make some troops. I'm gonna have my wife attack them.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see her strategy using some OP troops and see if she can actually take out the goblin camps, which are
I don't
weaker.
know how to use anything past barbarian, archer, and giant. So,
in mass
and goblins.
succession. So she knows how to drop them all at once, and then let's hope they do what they got to do.
you know what? I love any kind of video that explains the troop AI.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you were to come out with a series, this is something that, I don't know, maybe it's already been done before, but you can let me know. If there was a series of videos that just sort of tested how, like, let's say you wanted to see how Valks operate, because there was something that I noticed in war with my Valks. Valks don't like to break walls. And I learned this because I was attacking a base, and I broke through the first layer of walls, and they went inside because there was some defensive buildings, and they went inside and took all that out. But instead of breaking through the wall to advance more towards the core of the base,
They went through the side.
they went back outside. And I was like, what are you doing? You're right there. And I realized that the Valks are not programmed to waste their time on walls.
Yeah, especially with the newest update, they try to walk between weapons. Like, I'm not a pro with Valks at all. Mine are still level 1. But just what I've seen, they walk between in danger zones. I think the Valks, they could be even better if Springtraps didn't spring them. But they walk into a danger zone, and then they spin between 2 buildings. I actually had a video where it's kind of hard to explain AI because troops technically should go a certain way. But then you'll see a lot of videos on YouTube where
They don't do it.
I have a queen and a king that go one direction, then the clan council will pull them the other direction, and then they'll go back and forth for like 30 seconds, and then they finally go somewhere or they end up dying. So AI is actually kind of hard to do.
Yeah, and I just base everything off observation. So I pay attention to the replays in war, and I just kind of look at the troops and I see what they do, and like witches will go through walls. They don't care. If you do a go-wee attack, the witches are dedicated to getting through the wall, not going around it. and they'll keep releasing all those skeletons till they break through a barrier, and then they'll advance forward. Because it seems like the witches are looking over the wall, and they're like, okay, there's a cannon on the other side, so we're going to fight through. I guess it's because maybe when the witch gets triggered as being attacked, then maybe it forces itself to try to go through the wall to
changes?
get. Maybe. I mean, I'm still kind of like keeping an eye on things, but like for a Valk to go in and clear out a compartment and then run back outside and then circle around, I had to force what it taught me to do on a go vape attack was to make sure that I had 10 wall breakers in my attack, and I had to spam them all 10 at once and break through at least 2-3 layers of walls, and then
to make sure they go where you want them to go.
Yeah, and then I already have golems down, I already have a few wizards down, so they won't try to circle, because if they see something to the left or to the right, they're going to run to it. So they're just like the P.E.K.K.A. So you gotta drop one and see if it hits, if it targets the center, and if it does, then spam the rest out, get them out, and then they'll run right through the middle of the base. And I was able to get some really cool 3-stars that way, because Valks are king slayers. They are. I mean, if you have 5 to 8 of them, and you have them raged, and the Barb King meets up with them at the town hall, they're gonna swing that axe so crazy, they're gonna take out the town hall and the king. And I had an attack like that. It was really awesome, and I cried because I could not save the replay, and I wanted to keep that replay. But it was a really cool attack to see 5 or 6 Valks just take the king out with those axe swings.
How do you feel about the heroes and their abilities now, compared to how they used to be?
Well, since I'm new with heroes, I don't have a lot of like past experience. I just have the Barb King. So are you talking about with the Iron Fist abilities?
Like their initial nerf? Because before, I don't know if you remember, kings and queens used to be so strong. You would buy the next level, and they would get a big increase every time they went up. Now it's every 5 levels. You hope for that next bonus hero level.
For the next level ability set, yeah.
Yeah, because I had a video where, in my pushing video, I had my queen, and the whole side was cleared out, and there's 2 gold storages there and a clan castle. So nothing came out because I used balloons. Yeah. And then I dropped my queen to try to clear out some gold. A P.E.K.K.A. jumps out. Max level P.E.K.K.A. My queen's level like 25.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to let her get hit once, and then I'm going to use her ability. She gets 1 hit by the P.E.K.K.A. And I'm just shot in shock, and I just drop everything on the other side just to make sure I get the win. But
so did the P.E.K.K.A. take her out with 1 hit, or what happened? One hit. What level was the P.E.K.K.A.?
The P.E.K.K.A. was maxed out level 5, and my queen was level 25. But I think she should have a little bit more health, especially being level 25.
What's the damage, what's the damage on a max P.E.K.K.A.? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know the queen has at least 1,000 something health, so he must have hit at least 1,000.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was heartbreaking because there's 2 storages. I just risked my queen for the money, and she just got 1 hit.
That's not a typical defensive troop either, so it must have been left over from a war or something, but who knows where that thing came from. But no, I don't know too much about the nerf on my Barb King. All I know is the more levels he is, the better he is. So
yeah,
I got to get him up, and I'm pretty happy with having a level 10. When he was level 1, wherever you dropped him, he could probably move 10 feet,
and then die.
And now with a level 10 Barb, he can do a half circle around the base.
Since you guys are a war clan, have you guys played around with your clan castle troops? Like what you should have in there?
Oh, definitely. That's a daily topic.
What have you guys found to be the best? Especially like if you have a Town of 7, what do you want in your clan castle? Town of 8, Town of 10s?
Are you talking offensively or defensively?
Defensively. So if you want your base to win, what are you going to put in there?
The best troop is the wizard. So we like to have wizards, but not too many. So we like to sprinkle wizards in with other troops. We've been using level 2 witches which they're sort of a pain in the ass to most ground troops because they're building up armies as they reach as they reach the enemy, they kind of create a disturbance. So level 2 witches, wizards, and we'll top off with Barch, and that's kind of our typical load up for a Town Hall 7.
Have you guys tried Valkyries?
If we do that, well, first of all, we're still working on getting those up. I have level 2, and I think somebody might have level 3 in our clan. But if we're gonna use those, it would be probably just 1, and that would be just to cause a disturbance to any sort of Barch or wizard that comes out or that tries to attack first. So, but there's definitely different strategies that you want to use, and depending on the clan, and you never know.
Yeah, it depends what you want to defend against.
For example, I'll tell you what happened, and this was discussed on a previous show. The worst thing that we've had to face in a enemy's clan castle is a dragon, and I'll explain why. For Town Hall 7s and early Town Hall 8s, like I was saying, we use the drag rage attack as it's a standard attack, and it's usually gives you a 3-star, and so we use it because it's a super solid attack and it works. Well, something happened where somebody had attacked a base, and a maxed dragon and a couple of archers came out, and what happened was the dragons were in a spread out formation from one corner of base to another, so they were advancing towards the town hall, and as they as they crossed over the first wall, it triggered clan castle. The war dragon comes out, and he attacks a cluster of the dragons that were on the north side of the base, and all of a sudden the dragons that were on the southern side of the base turned around and went towards the clan castle dragon, and were getting shot at with air defense the whole time. They flew over everything. They just stopped what they were doing and went to help the other dragons. Hey, my bud's in trouble. And they all went towards that one dragon, and it disturbed the entire attack. And
that's what you see a lot at high levels. People start off-centering their clan castle. Mm-hmm. So now when they finally get to the core, you get the heroes and you get the clan castle to distract, so they might get distracted long enough so they don't take the town hall down.
It is actually a great tactic, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I think for more seasoned war players, you want to have a core that has the town hall, the clan castle, and your heroes in the center. It makes sense because, like you said, and it's I've seen it before myself. If you have dragons or any sort of air troop, and they're coming in over to attack the town hall, if they see the Barb King, they don't go after the town hall, they go after the Barb King. Yeah. And same with your Archer Queen or the clan castle. So that gives you a 3-to-1 odds that they're going to go for those instead of the town hall. So, and not hitting the town hall is like the most. Imagine if you're able to save stars on every war because the town hall don't get hit.
Exactly.
So for that reason, for Town Hall 7, Dragon Rage attacks are fine, but you're not going to get those sort of attacks. You're going to get more go wee wee, go vape, and all different variances of that attack. And let me ask you guys. This is sort of a standard question I've been asking everybody. How do you guys feel about clan castle pulling versus just going straight in and attacking and using a lightning spell to drop on the troops? What do you like to do?
Okay, so during my push, I keep referring to it because that's probably the newest thing that I just did. I So the next video I'm going to come out with, it was me a day of losing.
Okay.
So it was that day I lost a lot of trophies in a day.
Yeah.
So I lost my whole rank and went back down to where I started.
Uh-huh.
And after that, I found out I wasn't OP. Gowiwi isn't brainless. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's better to bait the clan castle, and sometimes when I just totally ignored it, it was like a 50-50 for me. But my standard Gowiwi now, I always bring 2 hogs to bait it, but if I don't bait all of it, because now at higher levels, people are going to put, instead of wizards and stuff, because they take 4 or 5 spaces,
Yeah.
they're going to take a clan castle of 35 archers, so you're never going to be able to pull the whole thing out, and they're going to distract, so you better have a lightning. So now the debate is, do you bring a freeze, 2 freeze, 2 rages, and a lightning, or do you get rid of the lightning and bring a jump spell? So there's so much meta game now, so it's like, do I fight a base that has 25, 35 archers in there, but I didn't bring a lightning? Or if they have a witch in there, I didn't bring a lightning, but I want this jump spell. Or do I need this extra freeze? There's so much more stuff into it now. You can't just attack a base anymore.
Yeah, and we're as far as our clan in LexCorp, we're constantly modifying. We're constantly talking. There's always discussion about where do we change our attacks, and for right now, we're lightening the troops as they come out. So, the standard attack is just go straight in, and then get them all. They're going to trigger because you're bringing everybody in to the party, and then as soon as they come out, you can determine where they're going to stop at, and then you can just time your lightning spell.
Yeah.
To take the majority of them out, and if you have your ground troops raged or on heal or whatever, they're not going to be an issue. But
yeah, I'm a strong believer of the lightning. The lightning saves a lot of rage for me.
I was watching a Twitch, some Twitch games, and I was noticing that a lot of the top end clans were using hogs to pull. So
yeah,
I know everyone's got a different style, and maybe you have to change it up for Town Hall 10. But I saw a lot of hogs up on those Town Hall 10 war attacks.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I always brought 2 hogs because they hop over walls.
Yeah.
Some people even bring 3, but they do take about 5 spaces each. So that could have been some extra cleanup troops, but I'm a believer that it will save my raid if I take the clan castle out.
Yeah.
Because if your heroes get distracted, and if you don't take out the side buildings with your wizards fast enough, or if you have a clan that doesn't donate you witches and stuff, that clan castle is going to be tough. You got to take them out.
Yeah, and if you have a dragon pop out of that clan castle, those hogs can't do anything about it.
Sometimes the dragon is a little bit too slow, but if they get caught on a lot of buildings, that dragon goes over them, they're gone.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about if you bring a hog in and it pulls out a dragon, what would be your next thing to do quickly? You send in 2 hogs.
Depends on your troops that you're going to do. So. Yeah. Since my main push was Gowiwi, I probably just keep attacking because the witches and there's gonna be so much troops on the floor that the dragon won't be a problem. But if you're pushing with Lunian and a dragon pops out, dragon minions, those are probably the worst things that could pop out when you're doing Balloonian because they cost a lot of troops to take out. You can't drop a lightning and kill them. I think even level 1 minions, you can't drop a lightning and it won't kill all of them.
Okay, so lightning spells don't affect air troops that much, right?
Dragon just has a lot of health, and the lightning spell, even if it's not max, it doesn't have enough to kill them. Even you'll see level 5 and level 6 wizards, one lightning spell won't kill them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll hurt them, but it won't take them down completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I tried to drop a lightning on a dragon, and it
didn't do anything.
No, it didn't even do half damage.
Yeah.
Which, it was a heartbreaker, because, you're planning for some wizards or some archers to come out. It doesn't work out that way sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the only thing you could do is make sure you always have a steady supply of wizards, and make sure they get to it. But it really screwed me up in my last war. I got a 1-star because I had to completely change the attack. I saw the dragon come out, and I was going with Go Wipe. And instead of being able to spread out my wizards, in the formation that I want, I had to dedicate 3 or 4 wizards to take out the dragon. So I had to drop them next to the dragon, and I had to time it so that the dragon turned around and was looking at something else, and then I could drop them. And then you get distracted, and you forget about your spells, and you forget about the Barb King, and then before you know it, your whole attack is messed up.
I know. I feel like a lot of raids are timing too. So if you don't time it correctly, certain buildings won't go down. You don't have enough golem coverage because, especially at lower levels, the golems aren't maxed out. They're level 2, level 3.
Yeah,
they're gonna die fast. So you have to make a quick decision, especially if you don't pull out the clan castle.
Right. Yeah, and I have level 2 golems, and they are. I mean, of course, they're better than level 1. But if you have 2 expos on them. You only have so much time to dedicate to getting through the first layer of walls. Yeah. You got to hurry it up and get through, and you need to have at least that one section of the base under control. If not,
well, you're Town Hall 9 now. You got your first jump spell. Have you been using them?
I barely got it, and it's level 1, so it's only 20 seconds long. And I did try it in a war attack. It was horrible. I didn't realize it was 20 seconds, so
yeah,
you got to be really fast, and you got to know when to drop them. So that's going to need some practice. But yeah, I mean, Town Hall 9, I'm so excited. It's I've been at Town
There's
Hall 8.
There's a lot of stuff now. Yeah,
I was at Town Hall 8 for like 5 months. It took it took me forever to max everything, but now I got witches, and I have the jump spell. And I have all of these new things to play with, max loons. So I got to figure out how I'm going to be attacking. And I think right now what I'm going to learn is going to be the Go Weeby attack, because I think that's a pretty standard attack for Town Hall 9. And so I'm going to learn how to use that effectively and kind of make a style out of it. Because I still love the Valks. That's my personal favorite troop, is the Valk. So
I haven't had too much experience with them. Maybe because mine are level 1, and before they weren't good at all.
Yeah.
So I never got brave enough to actually get them up yet.
Well, they cost 8 spaces, but they can act as a tank. And so you can use a Valk to lead 3 or 4 wizards. So, and I'm experimenting with this right now, but like if you drop down a Valk, outside perimeter to pick up an archer tower or maybe even a wizard tower, and draw the fire towards it. It has in fact, let me see I forgot what their health is, but let me check.
Right, they act as
1,000. Yeah, they're sort of like a giant hybrid, because giants don't hit as hard.
Yeah,
and so I kind of consider a Valk sort of as sort of a hybrid giant troop. So if it's got 1,000 hit points, it's going to be able to take a few seconds of damage. So if you can get a Valk in and then drop some wizards behind it, the wizards will eventually be able to hit the archer tower or the wizard tower before the Valk dies. And so, yeah, it's sort of a tactic that I'm trying with is, stick all your meat shields out front and try to get those wizards to get in without dying, because those poor wizards, man, they don't last very long.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to protect them. They do a lot of damage, but they're slow.
Yeah.
They're so slow.
Yeah, and man, mortars love wizards, so they take out the wizards so fast. So, you got to be quick and you rage them in or do something, but just don't leave them running around, taking out storages and stuff. It's going to end badly.
I'd like to see some of your videos or something if you ever come out with a strategy, because I've seen Go Vape, but it's more of those YouTubers that come out all Dark Troop raid and they're going to do a Go Vape. But I haven't seen anything that makes me that's the troops I'm going to use this raid because that's so good against this. But that'd be interesting.
My Town Hall 8 recipe was 8 wall breakers, 8 Valks, 1 Golem, 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, and 10 Wizards.
And you're fighting Town Hall 8s or Town Hall 9s?
I have 3-star Town Hall 9s. Not all the time. I'm a solid 2-star player against Town Hall 9.
Okay.
But yeah, we usually try to stay within our range. That's our rule in our clan. Is just fight within your range. Don't try to be a cowboy. Just do a good job. If you got to go down, I mean most bases within your range are all the same anyways.
Yeah,
so,
true.
So the number on the base doesn't matter. We're not worried about the pecking order. We just want to make sure that we clean up and we're all specialized now. So I'll call Go Vape on 12. That's I yell out Go Vape on 14. So then I'll do my attack, and that's usually the recipe that I use. And of course, you want to get to the town hall. That way, you're guaranteed the 2-star. So when I scan a base, I look for what has the least compartments. And I always 3-star those tic-tac-toe bases, where they make like these giant
squares,
those like giant hashtag symbols or whatever with their walls, and then they put the base in the town hall in the center, and they kind of spread everything out. Those are the easiest bases.
Those are old school bases. Those bases used to fight like witches. Those are anti-witch bases.
They're not good bases to have.
They're outdated.
They're outdated, yeah. Because I mean, like if you're coming in with golems and you got a couple of good tanks, I mean, they're gonna be able to absorb all the attacks, and then all your stuff's gonna clean up right behind, and you don't have to worry about wall breakers as much. You don't have that much walls in your way. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely if you want to check us out, I mean, we got some stuff in the works. Robert, who also goes by Taco Lover in our clan, he is a wallless Town Hall 9. And
is it his second account or is he just main?
I don't know.
So you just started the game out and decided I'm not going to make any walls?
You know what? I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say it's his second account, but I don't. Honestly, I've never asked that question, but because I've never seen him with a second account. That's why.
Okay.
But
yeah, because I've seen people do that, but they did it like after Chief Pat did it. He did the defenseless champion or whatever.
No,
where he had no defenses and made it a Champions League.
If you listen to Clashcast episode 1, you'll hear the intro with Scott and Robert, and he does go into a little bit about his base and how long they've been playing. So that'll give you a kind of an overview of his base. But it definitely, you want to. Part of winning wars is not just your attacking strategy, it's also your defensive strategy.
So he's actually in war with you guys with no walls?
Absolutely, and he's solid for sucking up at least 4 or 5 attacks before he gets restarted.
Okay.
Because everyone looks at the base and is like, oh, look at this chump, he's got nothing protecting him, and then they try to go in and they get destroyed because their troops are not. I don't know. It's like they wig out. They start to attack it, and then everything starts. The spring traps start going off. The giant bombs are going off, and before you know it, they're done.
Yeah, I feel like those are one of those gimmick bases where the traps are going to really save you. I've noticed too, because sometimes I was rotating, because since there is that village edit mode, I was swapping between my real base and my tree base, where I try to grow trees on the outside.
Yeah.
But I've been lazy, and I've just been leaving it on the tree base, but I've been not winning because I throw the town hall on the outside, but they're not getting my money. I don't know why they're even failing against my base right now, but also it's funny how if you put the traps in certain places, you'll win.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet you there's a statistic for which side of a base people like to attack first.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I used that early on when I was Town Hall 7, is that I always noticed I would get attacked from the right side. So I just put all my traps and stuff on the right side of the base, because that seemed like the most popular side of my base.
Yeah.
And so you kind of get a feel for your base and stuff. But Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways to win at wars, and so you want to have some good defensive wins. And in fact, actually, this last war, I got to show you. Well, I can't show you over a podcast, but I'll I'll tell you where. Let's see what it is. I got to go to the war log. I think we hit a record for most defensive wins. Let me see if I could see it.
Wow.
Let me see war events. Yeah, I think it was this one. Let me count them up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And these are all defensive wins?
11, 12. Yeah, we defended 12 times versus this Korean War.
Do you guys copy each other's bases, or these are all
the Korean
original
War
bases?
Most of them are custom tweaked bases, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not always attacking the same base either. That's good.
Yeah. No, Taco Lover, they love to attack him. Yeah,
I would too if you had no walls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a simple sort of like get in your head, and I'm
don't underestimate anything.
I'm recounting how many times he defended out of those 10. So far, I got 3. So yeah, so he had 3 this war. So it helps. I mean, that means it took the 4th attack finally to 3-star him.
Yeah,
and that's so two players on the other team had to worry about one guy. That's what we like.
So everybody was getting either 1 star or no stars, or were they getting the 2 stars?
Yeah, 1 and 2. I didn't pay that close attention, but yeah, they're trying. They're trying to get in there and get the 3-star. And like, let's see, the first one was 11%. Let's see. Yeah, it's always like not what you think. 15%, 37%. Wow. Yeah,
that's kind of demoralizing. You get 15% on a guy with no walls.
We had a war. We had a war a few wars back that it took 8 attacks for him. So
wow.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it happen where people drop all their hogs on my wife's base.
Yeah.
And they get like 5% just because of their heroes. All hogs evaporate.
Yeah. Yeah. What ends up usually happening is one of the top 10 come down and take out Taco. So
yeah. I think, you guys are wasting your time. Text videos. I'll handle this.
Well, we've done that too. We've in fact, I still remember the base number. It was base 18, and we had it. It took like 10 attempts. So I took a screenshot of that base because it was a really good base, and it was an anti-drag base. And we had everybody trying it from different angles. They were trying to break that base, and we finally got it. But man, it was a headache. But we had the stars. We were way ahead, so we had a chance to experiment and try to break down that base. So
it's
everyone
gonna help you on the next war. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, and so what we should do is we're trying to get set up with like a YouTube recap, some sort of channel to just kind of do some recap. But for now, we're doing the podcast, and we're bringing in people. We want to get different perspectives of the game, and be able to cross promote and talk about your YouTube channel. So this was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys making the time to do this interview.
Yeah, no problem. I was surprised you actually reached out to us.
Yeah,
it's real cool.
Fun.
No, trust me. I mean, we're excited to do this. The passion that you guys have for putting out videos is the same sort of passion that I have for doing a discussion about the game. And it's really hard because YouTube, you got to be quick, you got to grab the viewer's attention. There's a lot of lights and flash and
editing.
And tons of editing. So I probably have it easier than you guys because I have a lot less editing to do, and I know you guys have to put a lot of time and effort into those videos.
That's a discussion I had the other day, actually. So there's a lot of new people coming into the game, Town 07, Town 08, where we come out with videos. I feel we put a lot of work into them.
Uh-huh.
But then people, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but they do a speed build. How do you feel about speed builds?
I don't care for them too much, but it might, if there's something that's more specific to what I'm looking for, it might catch my interest. But
because that's how I am. I look into, well, maybe because I'm Town Hall 10 now, I look to certain strategies and how they work.
yeah,
But then the things that get the most views right now on YouTube are base builds.
well, you know why? I'll tell you what my first experience was with YouTube searching Clash of Clans. When I hit, actually when I was Town Hall 7, I jumped on YouTube and all I typed in was Town Hall 7 base design.
Ah,
So, so all of a sudden, you get all of the search results for. I think it was Molt that had a video that I looked at, and he did a speed build on a Town Hall 7, and I went with that for like my first 2 months with Town Hall 7, and I was a new player. I'd only been playing for a couple months.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I put in when I searched. So
I feel like that's the way channels have to be built around now, actually. Because I've talked to other YouTubers, and we want to produce content that we want to, but the viewers are viewing those certain content, so we have to kind of get people to watch our videos by making those videos and then show them, oh, but we also make these videos, and these are what we like to do. So, I don't know.
You guys have it rough because, I mean, YouTube is a pretty tough place to compete in because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are doing Clash of Clans content. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it works for you guys doing videos, but I definitely know that if you're consistent, you keep putting out timely material, then that's what I look for when I subscribe. And so you just got to stick with it, and eventually it's going to pay off and
Yeah, true.
do good
We're
things
gonna
for
see
you.
when the last update was.
But
They
I'll give you
uploaded 2 weeks ago.
I'll give you some advice though. I mean, just from a viewer's perspective, it's take it or leave it if you want. But
Okay.
and I kind of like see this also with like doing a podcast, but it seems like everybody takes on the discussion from the same angle. So, the update comes out and then everyone just talks about the update in a very linear method.
True.
So it's like, oh, hey, everybody, so we have the new update and this is what we've seen. And then they just start reading off the list of things that I've already read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what would be cool is, like, let's say you had a video.
Walkthrough.
Yeah, you did. Let's say you did a walkthrough, or let's say you analyzed what the projection of what that update's gonna do for you personally, And so not only are you talking about the update, but now you're sort of getting like an insider's perspective of, like, oh wow, so Jekiri is gonna have trouble with this update, or this update's gonna help him because ...
Yeah.
And so it kind of mixes it up a little. And
More in depth.
yeah, because I'm nobody, but like when I do see the YouTube channels, it is a race to be the first one to talk about something.
Yep, true.
Yeah, so there's the race effect that you got to do, but if you weren't the first, but you were the first with the different perspective, then that puts you out on top anyways, because you're the first from a different viewpoint.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So, and that's just the way I see things is, like for me doing a podcast, I like the interaction with other people, and it helps me. Like there's tons of stuff that you told me about tonight that, like the 3,100 mark for, I mean, I didn't know about that. And so now, we all learn from each other, and I know that when your videos come out, if you put a personal spin on it, man, I mean, it's like, oh wow, so this is what happens if you're at this town hall and these updates come out. This is how it's going to, make you better at this or better at that. And, it's all just learning how to play.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that, moving forward, in fact, even in our clan alone, there's a lot of guys that are still Town Hall 7 with their first accounts, and they're looking for something to show them the ropes. And so, we as a clan, we're trying our best to show them how to do war. But, I mean, I'm no farming expert. They would probably have to go to a YouTube channel and figure out what they should be doing. What should they be upgrading first? What's the quickest way to get to Town Hall 8 and be successful at Town Hall 7,
Right.
Because a lot of people remember when you were a kid, do you remember the Nintendo Power magazine?
Yeah. Covers, yep.
You bought the magazine because it was going to show you how to get through Mario,
Yeah.
And in it, it kind of was like a guide. Well, I mean, I think YouTube is the guide. So people are going to search, and I think a lot of people are catching on to these, doing these series events, like pushing to 4,000 and other stuff like that. So, I mean, there's definitely ways you can talk to people of all town halls and different levels. And like I'm saying, I mean, there's a lot of adults out here. We're embarrassed to ask questions, like myself. I mean, I know there's a lot of young kids that are watching the YouTube videos and and they absorb all of those videos at the same time because they have the time. But if you guys if you did something for the old guys, hey, nobody told you what BAM means. This is what BAM means.
True.
Don't feel so dumb. So because there's sometimes I'm listening to something and then I'm like, well, what are they talking about, or what does that mean? So I like to start at the beginning. When I start my shows, I want to start from the very beginning. How you guys started playing? What's so that way we know who you are and how you play the game and your circumstances. So it just makes it a lot more fun, a lot more personal. So
yeah, that's true.
But that's all I have for you guys. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe there's some information in there, that's worth something.
Hopefully, help somebody.
But I'm definitely we're gonna pimp out your YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/2 Jekiri, the number 2, and Jekiri spelled Jekiri. So to all you listeners out there, check him out, subscribe to him. He's got a lot of content already out there, and it sounds like you got more in the works. So we look forward to keeping up with you, Jekiri and Shannon. And I didn't even touch on your Twitch thing. Did you want to let everyone know about that?
Sure.
Okay, so you have a Twitch channel set up, twitch.tv/Jekiri2, and so hotfully we're going to be seeing some content up on there. I didn't know that you had this, so I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah.
But do you guys are you guys putting stuff up there?
Yeah, we're trying to get frequent again.
Now you were one of the first three. Of the first 3 to even do a Clash of Clans Twitch.
Yeah, before the game even had a picture.
Awesome.
You would just type the title in and Clash of Clans would be there with a blank screen. But yeah, it was me, Monster, and Alberto. And some Asian guy. I forgot what he was, but he was there just donate and I'll give you a free raid. But but yeah, it's grown a lot. I don't know how big you are on Twitch, but there's a lot of channels now.
I'm loving it, and I'll tell you why. Because it's on the iPad, so I can if I have a shield, what I'll do is I'll leave my game alone for a while, and then I'll jump onto Twitch, and I'll find a channel that's currently playing, and I want to check out wars. I just want to see what people are doing, and I like the interaction. I know that Twitch is it's live and it's not always there, so you got to find it at the right times. But if you put out a Twitter that you're going to be going live, that's perfect. So it gives me an opportunity to check it out and turn on the iPod.
Yeah, hopefully you could catch it. I have it set up so once I go live, it automatically broadcasts my title onto Twitter. So.
Okay,
you guys catch it.
Yeah, and if you're looking for Jekiri's updates, you can find him on Twitter at Jekiri2. Jekiri too. So check him out, give him a follow, and you'll be able to keep up with all of his updates. So thank you, Jekiri. Thank you, Shannon, for coming on the ClashCast podcast with us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
thank you.
us.
See you guys later.
I got
All right.
gym money.
Thank you.
All these haters jealous. I'm about to have a heyday. I'm about to cop some gyms, cause tomorrow is my payday. I can't move on to the next town hall till I'm done upgrading. So for the next 3 hours, I'll be in the bathroom playing Clash of Clans. Yeah, I got gym money. Just got these new air missiles and they going dragon hunting. I just sped up some more troops. I'm gonna steal some more loot. And when they ask if I spend real cash, I say of course, dude. Shit, I probably could've bought a Porsche, dude. Or at least a baby horse, dude. Damn. If we weren't always at war, dude. But I love gyms, I think I'm gonna buy some more. Clash of Clans. I got gym money. I got gym money. I got gym money. Clash of Clans. I got gym money. I got gym money. I got gym money. Clash of Clans. I got gym money. I got gym money. I got gym money. Clash of Clans. I got gym money.